All right, so we'll start with our demo first. This is our first demo, and we are planning this demo is for 9 a.m. Okay, already there is a batches is going on. There is a 7 a.m. batch going on. 8 a.m. already do supposed to end, and we planning for 9 a.m. slot. Recently, it is completed 9 a.m. batch, and also we have a level M 1-to-1 session, and there is a 5 p.m. is batch is going on. So right away, we only have a slot for 9 a.m. That is online. Okay. If you want to meet me or you want to discuss anything, I'll give my number. You can call me anytime. And if you want to meet me in the personal, you can come to institute. I'll be there. Okay. So regarding my experience, I hope you know, like you already got a content. Okay. Almost I have 9+ years of experience in industries. And currently I'm working from last 5 years in Azure Data Factory. I'm completely into BI profile. Okay, I was started working with the MSBI and SQL, and then I was started working in Azure for last 5 years. I was into the part of Data Factory. Okay, I work for a company called Wipro, IBM. Currently, I'm working for Digital. Okay, you can go and search my profile in the LinkedIn. You'll get all the details. So I'm currently a working employee. So this is a part which I'm going to do in the site from last almost 7 to 8 years. I'm working with Vinay technologies. So I was started with working as a MSBI trainer. I was taking a SQL and MSBI both, and then we started with the data factory. Okay, the content on everything that you'll get it all the details regarding that. Okay, now we are here not to see about my profile. We are here to see the profile for data factory. Okay, I hope everyone is for data factory ETL tool. If anyone here for looking for Power BI or looking for MSBA, that is completely a different course. Okay, yes, some part of the MSBA we are going to discuss. Yes, some of the topics we are going to discuss in Power BI. So this is completely different course, 2 months course with both. Okay, our course is only for max 40 days. In that 40 days, mostly I'm going to teach you as experience, because tomorrow if you go for any interview, if somebody asks you what you do in daily, what is your role and responsibilities, when you go to the office, what is work you're going to do, that level we're going to discuss. So clear cut here, I'm not going to give you any definitions. I'm not going to give you any detection. We only just focusing on technical part. Okay, only practically part. How to process the data, how to manage the data. So before that, we need to understand the process, BI process. Okay, first we'll understand what is BI process. Then we'll go in detail about your Azure Data Factory, why Azure Data Factory, why Azure, why cloud. These are all topics we're going to discuss. So before going to that, okay, we need to understand some basic things. BI process, BI, what is a BI? Anyone? What we do in BI? What is the BI? Business intelligence, we say. We know BI tool. We heard in market, there's a lot of tools, BI, Power BI, Tableau BI. Okay, ClickView we have, SAP tools we have, Informatica we have. Okay, SSIS we have, SSRS we have, SSAS we have, Cognos we have. If I give you a list, there are many BI tools we have, but what actually these BI tools will do? Why there's a lot of requirement on BI? Why Azure is started? And why it is focused on the ETL tool? See, every tool is specific purpose. ETL it will do, reporting it will do. This is completely high visualizations reporting. There's a Tableau, again you can do reporting, other some data managing and reporting. Informatica, it is a completely ETL. Databases you can maintain, ETL you can do. There are many things are there. Then why we are going for Azure? Okay, what is the BI process? And before going to BI process, let's understand what is BI. If you know BI, then you can jump any of the tools further. If you don't know BI, there's no meaning of going for any of these tools. So now these all are already businesses running. Now we are into the latest one. Okay, we are in the Azure. We are in the cloud. Why we are in the cloud? Why we are using it? What is the purpose of the cloud? That we are going to discuss. Now, before that, let me know what is a BI. What is your points? Anyone? What is a BI? Whether it is correct or wrong, no problem.
It's a business intelligence tool where we can analyze the business based on the reports which we get from the source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Analyzing the data which get from the reports. Okay.
Yeah, based on that we can take the further decisions regarding the business.
Okay. Most important part is decisions here. Taking a decisions, we required report. Who will generate the report? To generate the report, we require data, right? To get the data, again data into different formats. The data may be structured format, the data may be semi-structured format, data may be unstructured format. The data may be in raw format. And the data comes from the different sources. So to take a business decisions, we require a proper report, proper analysis. So when you have a proper report, then only you can do analysis. And then you can take a business decisions. It's all about taking a business decisions. To take a business decisions, they required analysis, they required reports, the report required data. Data comes into different formats. Data we cannot restrict. It may come to the structured format. It may come from the files. It may come from the databases. It may come from the unstructured data, JSON file, XML file, Parquet file, raw file, other databases, NoSQL databases, MongoDB, anything. Any sources. So our responsible is to provide a proper information. This is what the BI people will do. So BI work is for an end user. For an end user, we need to provide them a proper information. If you provide proper information, then only they can take a business decisions. If you don't provide them partially, then the business will be having issues. So that is what, wherever the business start, wherever the business set up, any company, whether you take a Java developer or not, or you take a different other developers or not, we required a BA developer first. That is what it is, an evergreen job. So wherever you go, they use any kind of tools. If you understand the BA process, you can work in any kind of tool. Just slightly changes. You need to understand the tool, nothing more extra here. You need to understand the tool. This is not something you are developing here, software. You are already tool is developed. On top of that, you are working it. We are not developing any tool here. We are developing on top of tool. Tool is already developed. On top of that requirement, we are developing it. You're not developing the tool. So these are the different tools that we have in the market. This just have given list. There are many tools that we are related to the BI stuff. So among all these tools, Microsoft is one of the partner which is booming in a BI profile. If you take MSBA, if you take Power BI, if you take Azure BI, if you take Data Factory, this is one of the tools which is already given, which is more requirements on this partner, Microsoft partner. That is what we have a lot of jobs on BI, and it required a huge salary they are giving you. 4 to 5 years of experience, they're giving 12 to 13 lakhs. Actually, as per the business standard, if your experience is 4 years experience, they'll give max to max double of that salary, 8 to 9 lakhs. They're paying 12 lakhs for Data Factory, data engineer. And this is something, Data Factory is something, it is not only used in BI, it is also using in artificial intelligence to process a big data. To process a big data. Now I'll tell you what is a process now. Now we understand BI, what is BI? BI is nothing but a kind of process that help to the business to take a business decisions. And in what way they take a decisions? The required analysis, the required reports, the required data. Who will give you all these things? Who will provide these all reports and stuff? The data comes from the different sources. Data comes from the different sources. Who will give this all data? So now we required in the part of this to implement, we required BI developers. So let's see the process now. So I'll just give a small example. Then I'll take you into the other stuff. So this is high level of picture. Okay, this is high level of picture. So where we have a different formats of data coming, what we are doing through the data factory tool, we are analyzing, we are making different formats of data into some proper standard data. Then we are analyzing the data in the form of reports. The report may be in different way. So that is what first what we are doing it. Whenever the business starts, there will be some users will be there. Okay, there will be users will be there, or there will be owners will be there who require reports. They require reports, and these people will not see which product is getting sale or which customer is purchased which product. They never do the analysis on a customer level. They always look for high level of information, like daily how much sale it is going on. Okay, monthly how much sales it is going on. Yearly what is the sales? The product which is getting more sales. So this is something called aggregated data or summarized data or high level of data. They never see they are business team, they are some business background. They don't know what is technical going on. To generate this report also they require these steps. What kind of steps? Now let's see here. So to generate these reports, it is seeing like high level of report. To generate this data factory also, these are the steps we require. Let's see here. So let's take one example. I'll take this basic example called DMart, one supermarket. Okay. In the supermarket, what we do, we sell a lot of products, right? We have a products, customer will come to the product and they purchase whatever they want, they'll purchase it here. So when they do some billing part, what they do, they have some billing application in their system. That application develops some Java and .NET, C#, whatever they do, whatever they implemented, we don't know. This is not our part of work. What we do, whatever the information they do billing, like quantity, the price, the product details, or the company details, the discount amount, the sales amount, this all we are going to capture in one system. The system we are calling it as storage account. This may be a storage account. Okay, this may be storage account depend upon the company budget. If they have a good budget, they take some text files, some Excel files, or no, they have good budget, they take a database again, MS SQL, MySQL, or Oracle, or anything. Or they have good budget, they can go for Azure cloud databases or cloud DBs, like a data lake, like your block storage, like your file share storage, like your Azure SQL storage. It depends on the budget. So this is something called a live data. Whatever transactions you are committing here, whenever you're submitting this thing, the information will go and store in this databases. We call it your live database. So can we share this live data to the end user? If they ask you, I'm a SQL developer, I can write a query, I can get the information from the product table, I can share this data to the end user. The problem here is when you are doing some query, and this story started morning 9 a.m. Let's suppose it started 9 a.m. It will close at 10 p.m. So if you trigger in between any query, it may chance of lagging the performance over here because it is already doing some DML operations. DML operations means they are doing insert for new customer. They are updating if anyone returns. They are deleting if they don't want some products. These operations are doing it. When you're doing on this table, this has to wait until this resource complete. So if they ask you, can you please share me the last 2 years of data? How can I provide 2 years of data? So now earlier what they are doing, they are writing a query, they are keeping that data in Excel and there are some colors, they're putting it and they're sharing to the end users. This is manual work which we are doing earlier. And this is something we are not storing any historical data. We cannot store 2 years of data. In live database, any company you go, they store 1 week of data in live databases. I'll show you in my company, we maintain only 1 day data in live storage because there is a huge volume of transactions. So that is the reason what we're going to do. We are going to perform the process. Here your BA process. What BA process will do? Now BA developers will come to the picture. So what we do here, end to end, we are going to handle it. To deliver the reports to the end user, we are going to handle it. We are going to take a ETL developers. The ETL developer will extract not only this sources, any kind of sources. We extract them data. We extract the data. Once the store is closed, when there is no transactions on this one, early morning job, I'm going to start 5 a.m. I'm going to extract all the data. I'm going to clean those data in the form of transformations. And then I'm going to load this data wherever you want. You want in data lake, you can store in data lake. No, you want databases, you can go in the database. No, you want to store in some data warehouse synapse, you can store anywhere you can store by extracting and connecting your ETL tools. In the cloud, we have a beautiful ETL tool called Data Factory. This Data Factory is developed on top of SSIS. The parent of this Data Factory is SSIS. If you know SSIS, it is very easy. If you know Data Factory, SSIS is very easy. So Data Factory is not suddenly it came into the market. No. Data Factory came in the market on top of this tool. 90% same like SSIS. The approach, the method, everything same in the Data Factory as SSIS. So we call here as parent tool. So how it is used, what are the difference, what are the comparison, we'll see in detail level. So for now, just treat both are Data Factory and both are ETL tools. SSIS and Data Factory is the ETL tool. So we're going to extract the data, we're going to transform them, and finally we are going to load the data in the data warehouse. We call here as OLAP system. Okay, this is same terminology, no change in terminology wherever you go. Okay, we call as data warehouse. You can connect data warehouse, you can connect synapse, you can connect the data lake, anything. So here we are maintaining the historical. What is that historical? Historical data. So here only a readable data. We don't write anything. We don't do any DML operations. We don't do insert, only just insert. No other operations. Here only the analysis data we maintain. You want 5 years, we maintain 5 years of data. Whenever you want, just query here. It is always available and share the data to the end user. But again, what is happening? This query is manually you're doing it. This is manually you're doing it. That is what we are going to do here is we're going to call here as report developers, BI report developers. It may be a Power BI, it may be a SSRS, it may be a Tableau. What we are going to do, instead of doing manually, we'll place that report, we'll place that query. Okay, we'll place that query in the report. That's it. Instead of doing manual work, we're going to take a platform called a Power BI. We take a platform called SSRS. We take a platform called other reporting tools, which will help you to automate those reports. Instead of doing manually, preparing it graphically and preparing some visualizations, we do the automation by using these tools. What this tool do? Again, this having a query. This query will fire to the database again. This query will fire to the database again. In response, they will get a data result. That result they are showing in the end user. This is result they are showing it. Okay. So what is problem here is when you use data warehouse or data lake, there is a all sort of data or complete company data they are maintaining here. But when I query, it takes a lot of time. So that is what people they are doing, because user will not wait that much of time to run this query and get the information. These people doesn't have that much of time to wait for your query. So what we implementing here is, again, we required ETL developers. Some companies they maintain the data marts. Some company they maintain the data warehouse. Some company they maintain the cubes. So some company they maintain the cubes. So these are some business perspective. They maintain the data into different formats. Some company they maintain some specific databases. Some company they maintain some data marts where we have chunks of databases for respected countries. Okay, where you can, let's suppose I'm working for country data. So here maybe your India region data, here your UK data, here you have some USA data. So you no need to go directly into data warehouse. This data is directly coming from data warehouse only. We required ETL tool to load it. We required ETL tool to load it. We required some other ETL tool to load over here. You cannot directly perform. Wherever you go, whether you go to data warehouse again, okay, or you go here as a cube, which is aggregated data, you no need to calculate, everything will be calculated in summarized databases, cube database. Here we required ETL developer, data factory developer is required. Here also to load the data, we required ADF, ETL developer is required. Here also ETL developer is required. So the opportunity is more than the report developers. So that is what, whenever you go any reporting tool for a job opportunity, they are mandatory to learn the data factory or mandatory to learn the SSIS. One of the ETL tool is required for these developers. So without having this knowledge on ETL developer, they are not even picking the resume for report developer I'm talking about. If we talk about the data factory, you have lot of opportunity, you have lot of work to do. Not only this part, you have to maintain, you have to schedule here, you have to schedule here, you have to schedule this method. In case if it is failed, you have to work. In case if it is failed, schedule failed, you have to work. Many things are there for ETL developers. But what report developer will do? One-time development, one-time visualizations. Just they'll put a query also they don't know properly. Just they'll put a diagram in paintbrush like visualizations, they'll put it and they'll just do a modeling, that's it. What else other than this report? What else they do? Any reporting thing you do, any reports developer I'm saying, the mandatory is required data factory. If you're going individually, data factory is not required for reporting. But still we are going to cover this part. Either it is SSRS, either it is a Power BI. So this is something called to share the data, to share the report to the end user. This method, this process, you have to go through it. This process we are calling as BI end-to-end process. So directly we cannot share the report to the end users. End user, they'll spend a lot of money on the business. They just look based on the reports, they will take a decision. To take a decision, we need to provide them report. For report, this is the method they are going. Report development, data, analysis, different formats. Any format comes, you have to be ready. So that can be possible in data factory. It is not possible in SSIS. SSIS is a traditional tool which support only structured data. No semi-structured data, no unstructured data. Nowadays, we cannot restrict. Our data is coming in different formats. That can be possible in data factory. Okay, this is completely on-premises setup. This is completely on-premises setup. Currently, we are working this setup. Any company you go, they have applications. From application, they are storing in live databases and followed by your BI developers. Now, what about the cloud? Now, here we are talking about the cloud. So on-premises, to start this business, I have to invest the money on systems. I have to invest the money on these applications. I have to invest the money separately. I required storages. I required different storages. And something here is, let's suppose I declare here as I selected as a 500 GB of storage for now for my system. Tomorrow my transactions are getting high. almost I require double of this 500 GB. I want 1 TB. I cannot directly increase it. There is no button to click, it will increase. No. You have to check the infrastructure, whether your system will support 1 TB or not. I'm just giving you 1 TB. There is a lot of many things will be there. So whether that infrastructure will support or not, that also you have to check. So this all company, this all business team has to do. It is not easily we can extract. Even if you extract 1 TB, tomorrow there is a chance of lagging the system, performance degradation. Again, the separate issues will come. So maintenance also, it is very important. Maintenance separate team is required. Database team, database maintenance team, DBA team we call, and separate IT teams required on top of that. Installation is separately required. Database separate is required. Earlier, we are still managing it. Whatever SQL Server license you take, the same SQL Server license we are using as a data warehouse. Our Excel, we are designing a dimension table, fact table. Here we are taking as master table in the transactions tables. But SQL Server engine is same. Engine here also using same, here also using it. But when you talk about in cloud, there is a separate engine for data warehouse, Synapse, which follow the algorithms. You no need to write anything. It is already inbuilt. Data mart separately. So separate SQL Server license, if you purchase, it will be a costly license. And it is based on user keys. It is not a free of cost. It is a user-based key. See, whenever you start installing the SQL Server, these are the steps you have to follow and followed by your key. This is the product key. Without product key, it will not allow you to go for enter in SQL Server. And this is something called, we are just for practicing purpose. We are using 6 months. For practicing purpose, we can use one more edition called developer edition, where you can use for always free with less features. Company level, they use enterprise editions with product keys. So that is costly. 1 user key, 2 users key, that will be costly. So that is what Microsoft come across. Instead of maintaining separate infrastructure, maintaining separate keys, maintaining separate, purchasing separate softwares, this is all what they are doing. They have come across with a concept called cloud. They've given a concept called cloud. I'm not talking about only our Azure. I'm talking about all the platform of cloud. Okay, this is a place, a cloud, where you can purchase any kind of product. You want storages, we are going to give you storage. You want applications, we'll give you application. You want virtual machines, we'll give you virtual machine. You want operating system, we'll give you operating system. What kind of operating system? Here, whatever the operating system you use, 2012, Windows, Linux, whatever you use, that is there. Completely you have to purchase with a product key again there also. The one which you in our laptop is crack version. It is not a genuine product. So here they are giving you. Storages account, will provide you. Azure SQL you want, will provide you. Database you want, will provide you. ETL tools are required, will provide you. What they are saying is, you no need to purchase anything. We are ready to give you for till your project, till you pay as a rental purpose. They are asking you pay how much you are using it. Pay how much you are using it. You no need to purchase with you permanently. You cannot say, if you purchase somewhere, you cannot sell it in OLX or some, nobody will take it until unless you'll get a next project. So what they are saying is, whatever softwares you want. So we are calling it as a service. Whatever service they want, we are providing. The place, they just want to come to this place. The place, their name is given as, Azure. The place, the market place, they are given as name as Azure. They're just asking you to come to a portal, Azure, and you can purchase any kind of product. And you can run at any time. No need to pay for a complete product. How much you are using it. If you are not using night times, I'll just make it stop. The amount will be not charged. How much you are using it. How much storages you are storing it. Pay that much amount only. Whenever data factory runs, pay that much amount only. You no need to pay continuously. Whenever it runs, pay it. So that is what they have come across with a concept called Azure. And there are three type of cloud. One is public cloud, one is private cloud, other one is hybrid cloud. So when we say public means your Azure cloud. Okay. When we say public is nothing but your Azure cloud. Anyone can come to this cloud. There is no restriction. There is no age restriction. Anyone can come. They can start there having just a user ID and password, can purchase any kind of products. Okay. That is nothing but your public cloud. Where we say private cloud, when you are working for a specific company, you will be added in the domain. You will be under part of domain. If you want to access the database, okay, this is the database here, or you want to access some servers, you cannot access outside, people cannot be accessed directly. Why? Because there is some private network will be there. We call here as VPN. You have to connect through your system that VPN, virtual private network. Then only with this network you can connect any kind of services. And these people who will have access, who connect the VPN and who are there in domain. So this company people only can able to access this data. Company people can able to access this all the services. Here is public cloud. So some company, what they maintain the hybrid applications. Hybrid application means if my data factory is most popular, this ETL tool, and what we do, we want to extract this data. Okay, the data is somewhere is coming. What we do, the application somewhere is there. We extract this data from these storages, and we load our data in our on-premises, because some data is very important for us, because end of the day, if you see, this Azure also from US company. So some data is very precious for me. So whatever the sources are there, let's take some sort of services from Azure, some sort of services from my on-premises. I'll maintain my data in on-premises instead of maintaining that data in the cloud. But I use some sort of services from cloud. Those kind of model we call as hybrid cloud. Okay, this is public cloud, this is private, and this is a hybrid cloud. So like this, there are different cloud providers in public. So one of the company we call here as Azure, that is from Microsoft. Other one is you have GCP, Google Cloud Provider. Okay. Other one is your AWS, that is Amazon. So currently, these are the three important cloud provider. Among that, our Azure is one of them, having a lot of services with a best price. Okay. So these are the process to, once you go to the Azure, again, we are going to set up this process. To set up this process, we required BI developers. So earlier we are doing in the traditional method. Now we are doing with a different modern data process. So to set up this everything, we will going to learn in the Azure. So this is completely set up in on-premises. Now we're going to set up in cloud. To set up this cloud, we require some sort of services. Okay, we require some sort of services. That's the topics that we are going to cover, or services that we are going to cover, or resources that we are going to cover in Azure. All right. Understand what is the BI process? Any questions? Now we'll see the practically how we are going to process this data, how we are going to extract this data, how we are going to load this data. We'll see the practical now. Till now, whatever we discuss is just basic process, how it runs, how business will help you, because BI developer is very important. Wherever you go, it is compulsory, is required. Maybe some sort of company they use only Power BI, maybe SSRS, but ETL team is mandatory, is required. Okay, when you know ETL are very less tool in the market, have more demand. Earlier, they was using standard tools like SSIS and Informatica. If you see, company are developed mostly on SSIS. Informatica is also very less because it is an old tool, almost 20 years back tool it is. Our SSI is also almost 15 years back tools. 15 years back, still company is running. Company is still running it. Now you can think if it is running from last 15 to 20 years, and what about this market? It is still development phase. Almost all companies are starting adapting. Requirements are high. It is not more than 3 to 4 years also done. Companies are required more huge requirements on data factory because it process any format of data. Now after AI also there are a lot of opportunity in data factory ETL for to process the big data. Big data is not only the Hadoop. There are data lakes also in place of Hadoop. So lot of opportunity. The market is high. You started working on now. Maybe next few years, you will be have a lot of opportunity again. If you not start now, then the competition will be increased because people are eager to learn this one. And this is something called, if you start now, then you can have next few years, you can easily try for the job. If the competition is more, if the people are started learning for this data factory more, then the competition will be increased. So most people don't know about this tool. Only they know Azure. Inside Azure, what we do, they don't know. So inside Azure, there's one of the part of service. Azure is a very big subject. Okay. Azure is a very big subject. In the Azure, you need to decide what is my role, where I can stand, whether I am from a BI developer background, or whether I am from MIS background, or I am from BPO background, or I am from Excel background, or already I'm working in SQL, or I already am working on ETL. I'm working on the reporting developers. Okay, I'm a fresher. Where I'm standing at here. Okay, so I'm just working for the data. So these people can easily go for Azure BI course. Azure BI course. The people who are background from the programming stuff, Azure, we call as Azure developers. So this is our Azure BI developer, we can say, or data factory developer, we can say, or Azure data engineer, we can say. Okay, we have different designations. So developer, when we say developer, they are purely into the part of programming. They are from Java, .NET, C#. Those people can go for this one, developers. Then we have Azure DevOps. Okay, then the operations admin part. So DevOps and admin part. Okay, code merging and some other stuff like subscription and all. So there are many things will come into the picture. Okay, so those people can go for Azure DevOps. Now in our part, we're only focusing on this one, Azure Data Engineer. Okay, there are a lot of services. So I'm just taking about you the background. Either a fresher, whether it's a MIS background, already you're working as a BI developer, any BPO outsourcing, you can go for this. It is not like you can take a designation, there's no problem. Some companies like your Infosys also for BPS, okay, for BPS or BPO, they are giving the ETL work. If you go and check, they are hiring for a BPO, they are giving the ETL work. So this is related data, Excel, SQL, ETL, any person can go for this course. That is Azure Data Engineering. We have a certification with this. You can go and search for the certifications also. Whatever topic that we are going to cover, that all the covering. So under that, one of the topic is more important is data factory. This is a key role of this course. Okay, so this is a key role of our course. Under that, we have a lot of services. What of lot of services? There are other services like, so there are different services like other Azure normal topics that we have. Your data warehouse, data modeling, SSIS topic also we are going to cover because it is the parent data factory parent tool is SSIS. Okay, and your Azure resources, group, virtual machines, the storages, explorers, the databases, how we can connect from on-premises. Okay, this is all we are going to discuss: data lake analytics, Microsoft Data Lake Warehouse, Synapse database. So data factory, again, data factory with different topics we have. The different topics. Many topics are there in the data factory. Okay, the general activities, transformation is started, integration runtimes. Okay, and the data flow transformation. These are different transformations we have. More is added. Loading process, full load, delta load, incremental load, SCD load, data factory pipeline deployments by using CI/CD, by using the GitHub, by using the ARM templates. Okay, by using the ARM templates, CI/CD is there. Okay, and this different type of loading process, triggers, we can schedule it. Different type of triggers we have, almost 3 to 4 types of trigger. Trigger is nothing but scheduling your pipeline, scheduling your data factory. Normal trigger, event based, tumbling, custom event. Now CDC also added. Case studies, definitely, as I said earlier, practically more important rather than giving a definition. Whatever you want, I have already prepared each and every topic with explanation. You will find with a screenshot, the step by step, you can go through it. Okay, even data factory also added, you can go through it. So these all are configurations, these all are loading process that we are going to discuss in regular class. Database topics, Power BI, and migration. Definitely migration is also very important by using migrations tools and some backpack and backpack file. Okay, so just focus on this part, and tomorrow we'll discuss about this one, because as we discussed today, this part, how to extract. Now tomorrow we'll discuss this part and we'll create how to create this one. How to create this one, we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, any questions, any doubts, guys?